Very warm welcome from the convention center here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, with the Medalla Light Puerto Rico Open. We have a fantastic matchup here. I think it's safe to say we have John Morra from Canada and Shane Van Boening from the USA here. Winners qualification match, and with me in the booth, Jim White, myself, Tim de Ruyter. Yeah, what do you think here?
Well, I'm just glad we've got the best seat in the house for this one, because this is a special one. You get down to this stage in this event, you know the big guns are going to take center stage, and that's exactly what we've got. This is our featured table, and the other match we'll try and keep you posted on as best we can. You got Aloysius Yap and Cheng Jun Lin as well, so the high-powered shooters, the big guns, it's safe to say, are making their way through the ranks. And now we're the ones that get to benefit from watching them play. So Shane won the leg. Still, best 2 out of 3, races to 4. If it goes 1-1, the shootout. So buckle in, this is going to be a good one.
Just the 8 barely staying up. Also, something we have to mention, of course, is we're playing Pro Billiard Series rules, so that means early 10 balls do count when they are called. They win the game, just not on the break. So difficult shot here on the 1, I feel. There's not so many outs just because of the center pocket that does play really big here. Really curious to see, is he going to draw his way out of it? Just get some distance? Oh, he went for it. Used the side pocket point, and you know, actually he earned himself something here on the 2. He can, the combo is not tough, and he's guaranteed to be on it after.
He came back in behind the commentary box just prior, as we were finishing the last match on this table, and just got a chance to see how he was feeling. He said he felt great. He was really looking forward to this. And early indications,
oh wow,
he's horribly unlucky here. If he can't get through to the 2, well, maybe he still can.
I felt like he hit it a little speedy, but also was trying to, yeah, still make the shot. You know, it's. He acts like it still goes.
Boy, he's really playing with that 4, isn't he? Yeah, he's shaking his head. I don't think he's got a clear path to this one, so the short cue could be coming out.
Might be just enough, but looks like he's got the jump cue. Predator air rush. If he makes it, he's big favorite to get on the 4 as well. Usually, because the jump shot is quite speedy, it takes stun off the 3. So I expect him to be on the 4. Just how is the accuracy? Oh, the accuracy is there. Nice shot from Joe Morra.
He's a special talent, Tim. Make no mistake. I don't know if you know of any other players that have become elite players globally playing right-handed and have become elite players globally switching hands.
Not yet. Just John Morra.
I know from the soccer world, Ronnie O'Sullivan, we've seen him many times play left-handed and unbelievably talented as well. He's the only other one that I can think of that could compete with either right or left hand. I don't think even O'Sullivan could say that he could reach the level he's at now left-handed, but Morra has.
Well, he's in some trouble here. Got way too short on the 5. Got pretty straight, so he's going to force the cue ball 2 rails. Center of the table minimum needed. Very nicely done. Really needed a big swing on that. Nice recovery shot. So now could try to hold the cue ball. I like going into the rail and out, just to let the stroke out. Don't want to poke the ball or especially if you hold the cue ball, usually the spin grabs the ball a little bit more throw.
Good job there, though. This is a great start for Morra. And again, this was against Van Boning's break, so right from the break, he's parked Shane in his chair. As great a player as Van Boning is, they all tend to occupy the chair the same way.
Well, if you consider how he started off this rack by cutting the 1, using the side pocket point, then the jump shot on the 3 ball, it at least shows that he's feeling ready enough to put some heat on Shane.
And a little bit like Josh Filler there in that he's very left eye dominant. You can see that left eye over the cue, so he's got to move his head to get that left eye over there. That's, again, coming from the fact he used to be a right-hander. And he used to break right-handed. I don't know if he still does.
No, he does swap his glove here. Like he swaps hands all the time with the break and then playing. Which I can understand, because usually everybody can make a couple balls switching hands, right? But now just the really big forceful shots, or like jumping, for example, like I wouldn't even know how to elevate the cue, but the other side, right? And that's the same for him probably breaking. Like the break is probably not strong enough.
Almost like seeing a golfer play golf right-handed and putt left-handed. I've seen that before on tour.
Breaking from the center. Okay, nice crush. Pretty good hit. Including the reward, and look at the 2-3 as well.
You have until 6 p.m. to bring those rosters.
Practices a lot in our club back in Toronto when he's in town. Puts in a lot of time there. And I can honestly say I can't remember the last time I saw him play anybody. He always plays by himself and puts in long hours. And very much like the man he's playing, Shane Van Boning. If you ever see a table open, not often you don't see Van Boning on it.
A little bit more cut on the 1. That's why he banked it, and needs a good nudge on the 8. And he's got it.
A lot of people may also be aware that John comes from a pool playing family. His dad, Mario, was a professional snooker player and a pool player of some note. His mom, a former national snooker champion as well, Anita. So John was never going to have a career choice.
Yeah. He was not allowed to do other sports. You just play pool or snooker.
Eight, 9 looks dead set. Again, shouldn't be too difficult to control, and if he gets there, but he's got the 4, the 6, and 7 yet for
up for grabs, really. I mean, it's wide open. 2 rails position here, running towards the 6. A couple different shots he can play. He can choose to float this in and shoot the 7 in the side and be straight for the 8 in the bottom right corner. Could come all the way back up for the 7 in the top left corner. There's an 8-9 combo. Like that, there's so many options that you expect him to be out.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter where he gets to, really. It's here for the take in the second rack.
Oh, came up a little short. And that's one of the risks of going back to the center of the table on that. So, of course, he still has a cut. Just controlling the cue ball is going to be more difficult. I think he can still play with high right in the cue ball. inside spin, check the cue ball off the rail and go 2 rails back and forth. Maybe he needs to go 3 rails. Looks really thin. See, cueing a little bit on the right. Yeah, caught it just a little bit too thick.
What a let off, though. I mean, just a lax positional shot from Johnny and getting Shane out of his chair.
Well, he probably is pretty disappointed because the only thing that could go wrong was going from the 6 to the 7. That was all the other, like, all this is laying so nice. Nobody expects this to happen. 8, 9, 10 in the same corner. No, play the 9 in the left corner. Yeah, Shane van Boening, our world 8-ball champion, 2-3 weeks ago in Klagenfurt, Austria. One of the titles he never got to win yet, so pretty cool.
And there isn't much that that man hasn't done. And 1-1 our score. Yeah, Van Boening, he has been one of the best on the planet for a long time. Guaranteed into the Hall of Fame when his time comes. And I'm not too sure his time hasn't come. 40 years of age, I believe, is the only criteria they look for, and then they look at the resume. Well, it'll take him a while to read his resume. Arguably one of the best American players that's ever picked up a cue.
Breaking from the side rail. So many balls.
Oh, just crucifies that break and comes up dry. Astounding.
Yeah, his first break, he was breaking from the center and maybe felt like the balls weren't moving as much as he was thinking they would. So that's why he swapped to the side rail. He won the World 8-ball Championships breaking from the side rail, so he knows what is going to work in these kind of format. He's been putting some time on it.
Well, John elected to attack there, and he played that shot right-handed.
Hasn't left a shot on the 1. I think Schenken does have a full look on the 1. Just no chance to cut it in and no easy safeties as the 1 is pretty close to the rail, so there's a double kiss.
Called for the extension too, Tim, just to buy a little extra time to think about this one.
Just soft behind the 10. Yeah, this is the only shot he really could have played. At least he got the hook, but those are in general the shots that everybody is going to be able to hit them. Especially with the Filipino players. I've experienced this myself. You know, you feel like, okay, I have to play this shot, and you go to your chair and say, okay, well, at least I got the hook. And they drop down and kick 2 rails and they make it and they run out. Like, it happens many times because there's no distance.
He's extracted the mistake from Morra. John looking for a fuller contact to try and hold that cue ball behind the 10, and just got it too thin.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of going wrong, stop just in time, is maybe the 5 ball not going to the top right corner because of the 8.
Shane's eyeing it up now, Tim.
Well, he gets let off a little bit too. Like, he gets a little bit more breathing space. If John was up 2-0, he was really going to make a statement saying, hey, Shane, you know, have fun, but you're going to be down 2-0 and I'm breaking. Have fun. You know, like you give a signal.
Ensuring to leave the angle to short side himself on the 5. Yeah, he's just showing you where he wants to hit, but he's got to miss that 9 coming off that left-hand cushion.
Yeah, so the 5 doesn't go in the corner where the 8 is, so he's going to play the short side. Oh, little nudge. Just barely got okay. He does have a cut, so he's for sure still making or going for the shot. Expect him to still make it, but getting to the 6 is more difficult now. Top spin, hair of left, going between the 6 and the 10.
Good shot.
Especially the speed is looking good. Looks like he feels the table quite all right.
Yeah, he always comes out and caught the tail end of the last match on this table just to see how it was breaking and just to watch and clock the speed. He's just too good of a player to ever let off the hook, and Morra had his chance.
Well, that's also the thing with how Shane in general breaks. Of course, he had now just 2 dry breaks, but in general, if his break starts going, it's very easy for him to get 2-pack, 3-pack going on. So that's why the early lead was going to be very good for Morra.
Well, Shane can steamroll you. He's got that kind of power. And 2-1 the advantage now in the opening set. He gets that break clicking, and you better get comfortable in your chair, because you'll be spending a lot of time there. Van Boening, the demeanor rarely changes. I mean, you'll see varying facial expressions, but always pretty settled, and I mean, he's a fierce competitor. And you better bring your A game to the table when you're playing him, and then hope he doesn't bring his.
Again, from the side roll, a little bit more back. Didn't hit him head on. Still good movement, but probably just because he hits him a little bit off square makes a big difference in general on the break. I know also in the World 8-Ball Championships he was using an extension on the break cue to get more going. Didn't look like he was using it now, but I'm kind of surprised, you know, like if you know a certain break is working on a certain table or certain equipment, you don't usually change it, right? Safety here on the 1. Had a big wall of balls with the 10-3 and the 8. The only thing is you would expect Shane to always hit the 1, so maybe a little bit less value. Doesn't mean he's always going to get it covered.
Well, he had an attempt at that. He called the corner pocket. Didn't miss by much, but he's given Morra a slight opening here. This is a tricky shot into the side pocket. I'm not sure it comes with position. If it doesn't, then he may still be looking to duck. Maybe he can follow through enough to get to the 2.
Looks like he might have to run it softly into the 10. Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out well. Nicely controlled. I mean, it was a difficult shot to begin with, cueing from tight on that cushion. But it was tough, Tim, to say where the angle was going to take the white.
Yeah, and also depends on how thick he hits it in the pocket as well. But he played it with a pretty good speed. And playing this speed, there was only one scenario where the 10 would come right in between. If he hits any of the sides, then he was already going to be good. So he earned himself another opportunity to at least level the score. Pretty decent layout. Maybe getting to the 5 is more challenging.
There's a lot of fans back home likely tuning in.
He's probably going to draw to the right side of the 8. Just like that. Good speed. Could have easily ran too short or too far. Ended up a little straighter on the 6th than probably was trying. Then if he draws back, the 8 really comes into play. So
yeah, he's got to clear the 8. The 8's a problem ball here.
And did he just get too short?
Yeah.
On his facial expression, you would say he got there.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, by an inch at best.
Okay, so must go just enough. But that's why it was so risky to play it that way. So one rail back out for the 9. Yeah, still an important rack to get the score at least 2 each.
And 2 each confirmed. Morra and Van Boening. We expected it to be a great match. Mistakes have been at a premium. And a 2-2, probably a fair score line. Hard not to be a fan of young Morra. I know my youngest daughter, Jamie, she's probably tuning in. She's a big fan of this young man as well. And he does play in, as I mentioned, he does practice in our club and spends long hours there. So a lot of the players from the corner bank in Toronto, they all love it when Johnny comes in. They like to watch. He's got a lot of time for everybody there. Easy young man to like. Right now, it's about as far from his mind as anything you can think of. This is all business. 2-2, and he needs a good break.
Oh, made a 6. 1 in the open, 2 in front of the pocket. It's such a big deal. Nice layout, just needs 1 good shot on the 1. Is he gonna stun off the rail, or is he gonna just stop it real soft? Stop it real soft. And like I said, it's such a big deal if you have to make that long 1 and do a lot with the cue ball. In this case, the 2 ball found a really nice position for him. Just needs to make sure he doesn't end with an angle on the 3 where he's gonna run into the 7. So it would be ideally exactly to the left side to stay away from bumping the 7.
Pretty much what you've just ordered, Tim. You know, John has spent a lot of time around Alex Pegulayan as well. And, you know, if there's anyone with a better attitude than Alex playing this game and competing at this level, I don't know them. I talk very often about having a Filipino mentality, you know, living in the present. And, again, John has had the benefit of growing up with his parents and their love to compete with a cue in their hand and spending so much time with a champion like Pegulayan. He's overhit this one.
Yeah, ran a little bit too far and might have to, if he can play this with inside and just stay away from the 7, that would be ideal, or go around the 7 is more risky. Yeah, check the cue ball nicely. The only thing playing it that way was that there was also a chance that he was going to be straight on the 5. He looks pretty straight on the 5, so he might have to draw to the short side, and you can see his facial expression. He knows that, you know, it was such a big deal. If he moves over 2 balls more, going from the 5 to the 7 is peanuts. Hit it pretty good. How's the speed?
Not too bad, Tim. All things considered, not too bad at all. He had a small window with which to try and drop that cue ball into. And look at Van Boening in his chair. Almost a look of resignation.
Just top right. 2 rails. Now again, if he plays it 1 rail, the cue ball would have had more speed and you have more chance to accidentally end up straight. If you play 2 rails, you always know you're going to be off the rail. You know you have a natural angle. Now he plays stun with left spin. Maybe a hair of draw.
Yeah, Shane also muttering to himself, you know, don't be fooled. When he comes out of that chair, he'll be in attack mode. He always is.
Well, in his case, it's just a matter of time when the break is going to be working for him. You know, like we've seen him many times. You know, he finished already pretty decent in US Pro Billiard Series events. He never got to win one, but for sure he's knocking on the door to also have a big finish in one of those.
Well, Johnny takes a 3-2 lead, and this first set is a big one because should you win it, you know the worst you're going to be faced with is a shootout. So,
which I think would be definitely favoring Morra, because he also, like I said before, the 2-0 lead he could have had is such a big deal playing a guy that could steamroll you. So the same thing now, like you're up 3-2. If you can get this set done with, even if you lose the second set 4-0 because you get steamrolled, you can still have your own opportunity in the shootout. I mean, I think everybody would agree to say that Shane is the favorite still in this match. Even though we all know Morra plays high level as well, but just not so many people beat Shane.
Yeah, without question. But the shorter races, you know, favor the upsets.
Yeah, for sure. he still has to earn to win this match in a short format. A nice break again, 4 straight in the side, and gets a shot on the 1. Just a 3-ball that got locked up.
Yeah, it's close to whether it goes past the 6 into the corner, and there, you better look at it now. I was kind of leaning over from my chair to see if I could get a better look, but that camera angle clearly tells you the 3 does not go. So John with a chance here. Leave an angle on the 2. You could take that cue ball down towards the 3 and the 6. Yeah, that's not enough angle. So it's going to be plan B. He'll try and get that cue ball into a position where he can play safe.
He might be able to stun the cue ball with just a drip of topspin. So it curves maybe into the 3. And then if you don't hit it, then you're always able to do something on the 3-ball as a safety. Or from this angle, it looks like he's more straight. From the top angle, it looked like he had more to work with. I like the way he struck this. How did this end up on the 3?
Well, has he got a shot? That was
there would be
effort.
If this 3-ball goes, then that could be a set-winning shot. And so, if it doesn't go, he can freeze Shane on the back of the 7.
I think it goes, Tim. And this is a gilt-edged opportunity for Morra here.
Oh. Can you believe it?
It was almost like he hit that with no conviction.
Yeah, something happened there. We don't know actually what happened there, because yeah, I'm guessing on how it turned out. He was definitely swinging at making the 3. So very big mistake from John Morra, and Shane van Boening is definitely gonna like this.
Yeah, Shane quickly out of his chair too. Like I said, he was sitting down chatting with himself, but waiting for the chance, and it's arrived.
Two rails, center of the table. Could also go 1 rail. I like to go 2 rails. This way you always run towards the 10. So if you underhit it, you're still pretty straight. And you always have a decent shot. If you overhit it, you're really close. So this to go hill-hill, first set.
And hill-hill it is. What could have been? I'd almost like to have seen another look at that 5, or the 3-ball that John tried to feather into the corner pocket. It looked like it had at least half a pocket, Tim, but I mean, the way that he played it, it just looked like he was trying to float it in.
Well, that's what I was saying, is even though it might have went, or you had maybe not full pocket, he also had a pretty decent safety opportunity as well. Of course, I understand that he wants to swing at something if it's there. But if you feel like, you know, the moment is not right, or you don't feel great on the particular shot, then duck.
Big break. Big moment. 3-3 in the first set. I've already alluded to the fact that whoever wins this first set is guaranteed, at worst, a shootout. Dan Boening's broken dry every time. Not this time.
Yeah, and this time he hit it square. So many balls threatening the side pocket.
Yeah, but no look at the two. It totally clips. So just the push out. And where do you push?
Yeah,
Down
I'm thinking
standing.
Trying to push two balls together would be really smart to do here. I'm guessing maybe push the 3 next to the 8. Just roll the 3 on top of the 8 and bring the cue ball just to where you have the gap between the 4 and 9. He looks like he's not gonna tie balls up. And I don't see John giving this back. Bank the 2 ball 2 rails down table behind the 6-10 and get the cue ball behind the 9 is an option. Could also go for the cut, by the way. Could be going for the cut and go up and down for the 3 in the bottom right. I would be surprised if Shane gave that to him. Oh, he didn't want to hit that point. I do like the shot he just tried to play. But if you play this kind of shot, you have to think about where you want to be on the long rail, like where you want to hit the long rail. Because now he hit the side pocket point and he straight sold out.
Yeah, and all Shane has to do is park this 2 to the bottom of that pocket, stop the cue ball right there, and he's in prime position. Well, unexpected miss. I did not see that one coming. A let off for Morra this time.
Well, the shot Shane just had was guaranteed to be on the 3. Now he has given John a shot on the 2, but it's not guaranteed to be on the 3. It's a big challenging 2 ball here. If you get on the 3, you play the set winning shot basically. I just wouldn't know how to get there from here. I'm trying to find something, but can you cut it in the side with right spin and come 2 rails down table? Is he just gonna make the 2 and play a safety on the 3? Because from here the 3 doesn't go.
Are you sure? He'd take that shot on unless the 3 was available.
It just looks like he's gonna stop the cue ball behind the 7, but then how is he gonna get the 3 ball out? Was he able with a lot of left spin to throw the 3 in? But then he's not on the 4. And like I said, I do like the fact to stop the cue ball behind the 7, but there was no way out for the 3. He's got second prize. The 6 ball did come in handy, but not enough. Big back and forth rack here. Did he leave a combo or a carom? There might be a jump carom. In case he is fully safe. If he's not fully safe, catch a tick, play some right spin, to throw the 10 to the left. Yeah, it's called a 10. Of course, it's not a gimme, but you have to go for this to win the first set. So close, and has pushed the 10 in a difficult spot at least, and he got somewhat of a hook. I feel the tension a little bit by both players in some way. Good shot from Shane.
A good containing shot from Van Boening there. And this has got Morra in trouble.
Especially the fact that he found cover with 2 balls. Because if you take the 6 away, everybody's jumping always on this ball because they don't want to give ball in hand. Kicking this with quite some speed, trying to create some distance. Make something happen, and nothing happened in his favor.
Well, he hit it as well as he could. Trusted it to luck, and this is a great chance for Van Boening now to put the first set in the bank.
Yeah, the only thing you can imagine going wrong is that 10 ball. Because the 9 is up table, and you would probably like to be on the bottom side of the 10. So still some traveling. Float the 5 ball in. Got 3 rails around on the 6. Possibly 4.
Yeah, that 10 is awkward. And Shane knows it.
Yeah, if he gets to the bottom side of the 9, in this case, the right side of the 9, he will have some angle to go either 2 rails or 3 rails to get to the bottom side of the 10. If you choose this side, you have to get to the top side of the 9. See, everything low is going to track towards that short rail. It's really difficult. I'm surprised he's not went to the other side of the 9. So top left. Very sensitive and speed. No, he chose the top side. Had to be straight on it, but he's done perfect. So Shane Van Boening is going to be up 1 set here. Stealing this set actually from John Morra, feels like.
Yeah, he definitely had a chance, did Morra, but Van Boening in the end, he came good. The good safety, extracting the mistake, and it's 1-0. We'll be back with more action and set number 2. You won't want to miss it.
It doesn't matter what the format is, the better player will still win.
This 10 ball to win the title. He is your champion. New world champion. Fighting champion. Philippines are the world champions.
Well, set number 2. John Morra knows he had the first one at his grasp and let it go. But kudos to Shane Van Boening. It was a great clearance and a gutsy one in the last one. So, first rack of the second set. Morra has broken superbly in this match.
Yeah, I don't think he had a dry break so far. Maybe once. He's been making the ball to the side many times. Good cue ball. Could have had a little better result with the 1. Difficult to get to the 2 ball.
Well, his task very clearly outlined now. He's got to try and win this set to get to a shootout.
He's gonna try and hold the cue ball for the 2 in the right side pocket. A little bit of right. Can catch it a little thicker. Yeah, he was playing with that right spin. It just turned. It always turned away from the ball, so you have to aim thicker. And he was trying to hold it, so very sensitive. Left it right in front of the side, in front of the corner. I'm sorry. Jump cue time. Or is his jump cue or his break cue? Yeah, he brought his break cue there.
Well, this is a long jump. And we're not at the Olympics.
Hopefully one day.
I think more of a masse. No, it was a jump. Wow. I mean, that looked tough even from the commentary box. Over that distance, keeping the cue ball on the table. I mean, he hit it as good as he could, but watch this. Talk about going airborne there. Morra started off the first set in great style, winning the first. Should have won the second, and if not a bad positional shot. But I said it earlier, when you play Van Boening, every chance you get, you've got to make it pay. Good shot there from Morra again.
Yeah, same thing like in the first set. It would really favor John to get an early lead, just because you know what is coming when Shane finally gets going with the break. So it would be really nice to see him run this out and hopefully put 1 or 2 more afterwards.
Yeah, and for those pool fans, want to see some team action, that'll be coming your way 8 o'clock local time. 16 teams vying for the team championship here in Puerto Rico. Canada and USA both got teams. And we'll see them all front and center.
Good run out from John. Played good angles. Good cue ball control, and it's about to go up in the first set.
1-0. Breaking the way he is, if he can put a couple racks together and again apply a little pressure to Van Boening. Get the feeling with Shane though, he just likes the challenge. He likes being pushed.
So now we just seen him take off his glove, right? And I'm wondering, he doesn't swap hands on the break, or he does swap hands.
Breaks right-handed.
But then still, why would he take off the glove?
So he can grip the butt of the cue with his left hand.
Yeah, but also with the glove, right?
Well, but don't you put a glove on your hand so the cue slides? You want to be able to grip the butt of the cue, Tim. Think about it. I'll leave that one with.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, it could be really tiring, every rack. You have to take the glove off, on, like it.
He's a fit young guy, too.
Yeah, sure. Oh, he's been breaking superbly. There it is, right again. Square hit, making a 3. He is killing it on the break. 2 balls, just not a shot on the one, but he keeps having that initiative. Gets the first shot every time. So he can play either a good save or go for it.
Yeah, I think looking at the path, you'd like to be able to take that cue ball off that side cushion and get it down in behind the 8. When you play safety against Van Boening, you've really got to put the handcuffs on him.
Yeah, great shot, good cue ball. If you really like to be picky, you could say, well, he was really trying to lock him up behind the 8. Now he can be kicking, you see, he can go 2 rails. I like 3 rails around the 1. No, chose to tie the balls up. So he didn't like kicking at it, okay. Still smart shot. Not many balls on the table to open up the 8. He can get straight on the 6, maybe go forward a bit and then go off the 7, 2 rails into the 8. But especially with where the 9 is, really difficult to open the 8. That a little firm, a little bit more angle on the 2. I think he can still get to the short rail and missing the 7. Just top spin. It's to play it very smooth. If he hits it a little bit too jabby, he's going to get closer to the 7. But then on the other side, hitting it smooth, you usually don't get as much speed on the cue ball as you want to. And we've already seen him miss a cut shot because he came up too short. Is he going to cut this and open up maybe the balls? Oh, he killed the cue ball. Very nice. A lot of draw on that. Takes all the speed out of the cue ball. I'm just trying to figure out what he's going to do with the 8s because they're laying really difficult. Needs to get a decent angle. Did he get some angle? He did get an angle, but it's not really big.
Yeah, if he can get that cue ball up top side of the 8, at least to be able to play an aggressive safety. I think that's got to be his option.
I would love to go right in between the 9 and the 10. That kind of path. And then play with force. But he's got... Yeah, also going over the short rail 2 rails. Opening up would not really give many positional shots on the 8. Yeah, now Shane has all control on the rack. He can shoot the 8 really soft to the other side. He could even nick the 8 in between the 9 and the 10 and bring the cue ball to the bottom side of the table.
Yeah, I thought that's what Morra would try and do with the shot, actually. Tim, try and get the cue ball below the 8 like that to play the aggressive safety instead of leaving it to chance and trying to open him up.
Well, and he played it this way so he would take the 1 rail kick from either side away. So he's going 2 rails, probably some right spin on this to make it short. Didn't get it. It's on 2 fouls now, John Morra. But yeah, you have to shoot the 8-10. Could even shoot it and bring the 9 into play, you know, like play the cue ball behind the 9 just in case.
Yeah, 8-10 to square it up, 1-1.
Yeah.
And just in case, cue ball behind the 9 as you suggested. So 1-1 it is. And Van Boening, we'll see if he can solve the break. Nicely played.
Yeah, it's been breaking not so successfully yet, but I feel he's due to start making some balls on the break.
Yeah, not many empty seats here around table number 2, and it's usually the case when Shane Van Boning's around. He draws big crowds, just like Strickland used to. Mind you, not always for the same reasons. I think with Strickland, they came around to see what was going to happen. With Shane, they just want to see something special on the table.
Well, 2 balls on the break. Went back to the center of the table, and look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all on the same side.
Yeah.
It's just connecting the dots.
By miles his best break. And actually the best break I've seen on this table in 2 days.
So top left or stun left. He played inside to get to the other side. He's got so much room in the center of the table also to maneuver. He can draw this, play topspin 1 rail, play topspin 2 rails. Like, he's got so many options. And this is dangerous because breaks like this can really kickstart you. Like, can really make you just not miss for maybe 20 minutes or 15 minutes. And that's usually what, you know, players are always looking to get exactly that feeling.
Yeah, if Shane gets the break going, good luck to the rest of them.
Yeah, really.
Three balls away from being 2-1 in front in a set that would see him clear.
Yeah, perfect. Nice swing on the 8. Perfect on the 10.
Solid. Great break. Good finish. 2-1 in front. I'd like to see a few more 10s like that with Van Boening. Born to play this game, Shane. Comes from a pool playing family as well. I believe his grandmother was a champion, a league champion. I already know about Morra's background and his upbringing. Shane too. It was hard for him to dodge that cue that was sitting by the door on his way out.
Three-ball got very close. Just, I feel he took a little bit more speed off the break. Last breaker was a little bit more firm.
When you break the balls like Van Boening, if you come up dry, that's the risk you take. The ball's now for John.
Yeah, and then again, 1, 2, 3, and the 4 all on the top side. So takes all the traveling away. And if you play 10 ball where you have to maneuver the cue ball from 1 to 2 on the other side and then come back for the 3, it's really difficult. But if they lay like this, now if the 5 does go to the side, the left side pocket, then most of the pool players are going to like it.
Pretty sure the 5 goes by the 9 into the side.
Yeah, if he gets straight on this, stop the cue ball right there, float to 6 in. But then also on the other side, it really, you get these kind of patterns when you break from the center. It gets more scrappy when you break from the sides, but it's also more risky if you don't make a ball. So they are now at the point where they like to take the risk to have an open layout. But yeah, eventually somewhere you're going to have a dry break. Accept the consequences. One rail, center of the table. Would prefer to be on the left side of the 9 instead of the right side. Still all right. Can draw also straight back for the 10 in the bottom right. Could also go forward 2 rails, but got a little straighter on going forward. Would have liked to have more angle. So he's drawing straight back. To level the score once again.
Really hasn't been a lot to choose between these two. I mean, the first set was very closely contested. Just a miss here or a miss there. That was the difference. And this one looks to be exactly the same. Morra with the break, 2-2.
Yeah, you would almost think they're trying to duplicate the first set. Same score lines. just going the other way. Now it was Shane leading 2-1. Before it was John leading 2-1. For sure, that's not gonna mean Morra is winning this set.
Still breaking from the center. He's enjoyed a lot of success from here.
Yeah, dry break. All the balls that were running towards the pocket got kissed. The 2 balls going to the sides, one was low, one was high. The one going to the top left corner, the 3 ball, got kissed away by the 4-railers. So that's gonna happen sometimes. It's not really something you can do about it. Is he looking to kick it from the back? Sending the 1 down table, or is he going to try and nudge the 1? Yeah, nudge the 1 down and get the cue on the top right. Well, he's now locked the 2. He did get the cover, but having ball in hand is not really going to save him here for Shane. Yeah, you would favor him to hit the 1 anyways. You could kick at the 1 or jump the 1, and he's going to jump, and he called the 10 ball in the bottom right corner, I think, or the 1. Looked like he was pointing at the 2, so maybe a carom. But of course he was trying to get some distance. And what has he left, Shane van Boening?
Well, it looks like that 1 will pass. Shane can get the cue ball into the area he's showing you right now, and he can play an aggressive safety on the 2.
Yeah, stop shot on the 2. Call the bank just in case. Even if he plays the safety and he calls the bank and the bank goes in, then at least he gets to do whatever he wants to. You don't want to have your opponent be able to give it back or take themselves. But I don't feel he was trying to make the 2.
John's called the corner, just in case.
Good hit. Is he going to get separation? Can't complain about the outcome here.
No, pretty fortuitous roll. But again, it pays to hit him. He's banking this bottom corner. And he'll be running with a cue ball down that line. He'll be trying to take that white in behind the 4 and the 3.
Yeah, but for sure he's calling this because he could end up with a shot on the 3. Now is he going to end up a little nudge? I don't think he could have hooked himself any worse. Quite unfortunate. No, really, it's very unfortunate to end up like this, because if he nudges it a little bit more to the side, he can still kick at the 3 just and play a decent save. On this side, he's queuing with the bridge over the ball, hampered by the 4. He's going to send the 3 in the open.
If only he was left-handed.
If only he was left-handed, yeah. Played a good shot on the 2. Just
look at this. I don't know that this looks tricky even from our perspective.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, hitting the 3. Okay, sure, he was going to do that, but he was always going to send the 3 to an open part of the table. And well, John's going to like this. This is getting on the hill in the second set. Is he going to travel 4 rails around the 4? Short rail, long rail, short rail, long rail, and get just to the right side of the 4. Played it a little speedy. Needs a bump.
Well, it's his turn to be unlucky. Van Boening was unlucky in the preceding shot. This time, Morra deserved a better fate. Still, much easier shot than Van Boening had. Kicked this with control. Try and hold that cue ball behind the 9.
Yeah, can either kick it soft and just go fully behind the 9, or kick it more firm. I was going to say kick it a little bit more firm and just kick the 4 to the bottom of the table.
Well, this isn't easy. Shane's not going to be able to get close to the 5. He'll just slightly draw this, maybe even try and leave himself just above that side pocket.
Yeah, probably closer to 9. Just to, oh, not so much draw on that cue ball. So I was going to say, if he draws back maybe half a diamond more or a diamond more, you can put some draw on this. Is he going to be able to miss the 8? Cue ball always curving a little bit more forward, playing this with top spin. Yeah, he's lost the cue ball.
Thinner cut than he would have liked.
Oh, is he going to get the hook behind the 7? I don't think he does.
Oh, rare mistake from the potting end from the South Dakota kid there.
Yeah, sometimes the game of pool can be very tough because John didn't really give him any angle. So if you are in this moment thinking, how can Shane miss this shot? You know, he had to shoot 3 difficult shots in a row to, in the end, get out. Because he was not ever going to get in any standard position, any standard shape on the next shot. Just because of how John left it to him, not because he played bad position. You know, that's how it sometimes goes in pool. Oh. Little bump on the 10. Yeah, he got straight on the 8, but he certainly wasn't trying to do that. Lost the cue ball a bit.
Yeah, risky. Well, he got to the hill first in the opening set. And had a chance to close it out 4-2 and missed that 3, remember. It looks like he's going to get to the hill first in this set, too. And 3-2 is confirmed here in San Juan. The Canadian just in front of the future Hall of Famer Van Boening. Johnny still trying to keep his high level of focus and concentration. You know, we talk so often about the mental side of this game, and it can be cruel. You know, another aspect is staying in good condition. These guys are traveling around the world all the time, different time zones, different beds, eating different foods. It's not easy. It's not all Hollywood. The life of a professional pool player, right, Tim?
Yeah. Many people think it's only glory.
Got a ball into the side. And look at this break. Again, Morra has broken so well. He's got a chance. He had a chance in the opener. And he's got a chance here again.
I love how he pushed the cue all the way through. That straight as well. Great action on the cue ball. Yeah, just the 1 to the 3, I feel. Could be challenging.
Maybe the toughest shot he's going to face. Position from the 1 to the 3. Off 2 cushions. Back out towards the 8. He's got to clear the 8. And he hasn't. He's short of it anyway, so that's not bad. But cue ball looks like it's going to be going into the 4, so position from 3 to 4.
Yeah, I was thinking he was going to go to the left side of the 8 and have an angle again to that same long rail, just to stay away from the 4 and plenty of room to the left side of the 8. Of course, we're also using a shot clock here, so you just don't always have enough time to prepare the easy thing. So now is he going to catch the 4 full, bank it over maybe to the 6? It's a nice nudge on the 8. Got the nudge on the 8. I think the 4 still goes.
Yeah, so does John, judging by the look he just gave it.
Yeah, then now you won't be able to get straight on the 5, but with a hair of right, gonna hit the short rail, come back out, get a smaller cut on the 5, and should be all right.
Now they're there for the taking to get to a shootout. I think if you're Van Boening right now, that's exactly what you're preparing for.
Yeah, I don't expect him to be in his chair thinking, oh, well, I'm going to get another chance. Especially the players that play at that world-class level, they probably sit in their chair going, okay, well, he's going to be out, probably breaking running 1 or 2.
Now this 10, and the players will both hit the reset button, and the referee will explain to them the rules of the shootout. And that's not to say they don't already know it, but it's a 4-2 win in the second set for John Morra. And the shootout, if you wanted to be treated to something with a little added spice, you've come to the right place. The shootout will follow.
It doesn't matter what the format is, the better player will still win.
This 10 ball to win the title. He is your champion.
New world champion. Fighting champion. Kelly Fisher.
Philippines are the world champions.
Well, if you wanted edge of your seat action, you've come to the right place. There's the graphic for what's to come, the shootout. They'll each play 2 shots from either side of the table. And if a winner is not determined after 4 goes, then it'll be sudden death, and that box shrinks to half its size, closer to the corner pocket. So, get the nail files out.
Yeah, and Shane was the one winning the leg in the beginning, so he gets the option to pick who is going to start shooting, him or John. Most of the players, they like to pick themselves to put early pressure on their opponents, but I've seen it happen a couple times where they had rather have their opponents miss the shot than them to start off and miss it first.
Well, the match just preceding this one went to a shootout with Atencio and Gang Float, and Atencio shot second.
And this is the graphic for when they go to sudden death. You see the shrinking box right there. So just waiting for John Morra to get back from his break. Smart move also to just freshen up a bit. Sometimes you can get a little bit drained just being in your seat all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to bother Shane though. Able to maintain that focus and concentration that's required to play at this level for extended periods of time. Real student of the game and big fan of the history of the sport too. Loves to be outdoors, loves the fishing and hunting, and his good friend Chuck Moss. When Shane first came to Calgary, he was a youngster and his path was set. And Chuck Moss had taken him under his wing and was looking after him. And I even remember the first time when Shane came to Taiwan. Shane had come over to qualify. He wasn't in the World Championships yet. He'd come over to qualify. And Chuck ended up calling me and asked me if I'd kind of look after him and keep an eye on him. Never had a clue what was going on in Taiwan. He couldn't have asked a worse guy to do that.
Okay, so here's Johnny. So the ref just going over the rules real quick. Also, a small little fact is the shot clock will still be going. So let's see how they handle the nerves.
Let's see how the commentators handle the nerves. You and I have been sitting on our hands for a while. It's just because it's a little chilly in here. Okay, here we go. Roller coaster ride that is the shootout. Van Boening, as expected, going first and split the uprights there.
So many players play this high ball, going 3 rails forward. Interesting to see a player of his caliber doing something else. Probably because he likes to have that full stroke into the ball. Did shoot it from the long rail, meaning later when we go sudden death, he will have to adjust to it. John a little bit more to the inside. If we go sudden death, he can have basically the same shot.
Again, just like Van Boening, dead center. So early indications, no blinking. Over to the other side.
Still from the long rail. Second shot, Shane Van Boening. Yeah, right into the heart of the pocket there.
Yeah, Shane keeping the pressure on Morra. But this is fun stuff. And the crowd, there's crowds around all the tables here, but none bigger than around this table right now. And a lot more have made their way that don't have seats.
Yeah, nicely done, 2 each. Both players not looking like they are extremely nervous or changing technique or moving on the shot.
You know,
so far, pretty stable.
They leave all that to the people watching.
Yeah. No, we could be in for a long shootout if they keep executing like this. We could be in for a long one. Perfect execution again.
Yeah, Van Boening just doesn't look like missing. I mean, he's a pure potter to begin with. Morra knows that.
Third shot for John Morra. Yeah, then again, perfect execution, no movement at all. We're already starting the sudden death, just not shrinking the box yet.
Again, just to remind you, this is a winner's match. So the loser doesn't go home, just has to take the overland route to the knockout stages.
Yeah, the winner of this match goes to the single elimination phase. Four out of 4, Shane Van Boening. Doesn't look to be too impressed by the shootout format until now. He's probably like, when can we step it up? Can we get a more difficult shot, please? Oh, fantastic stuff here.
Well, if Morra knocks this one in, he'll get his wish.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. The last shot, it stays right in the jaws. So unlucky and a heartbreaking loss for Morra. But look at this. Everything but in. He can't believe it. Shane Van Boening survives the scare. In the end, a shootout win. The scorecard will read 2-1, but how close it was. So Van Boening stays unbeaten. Morra will have to win a couple more matches to get to the knockout stages. Team event coming up in an hour. Stay with us.
It doesn't matter what the format is, the better player will still win.
This 10 ball to win the title. He is your champion.
New world champion. Fighting champion.
Philippines are the world champions.